Alright everybody, welcome back for another round of Operation Zipper. This is going to be turn 13 for the Comintern, July of 1942. Housekeeping has already been addressed in Poland, so let's jump straight into it with the CCP turn. They'll have a 7 to spend. They'll spend all of it on a cavalry and an artillery. For combats, they do have one. They're going to have 2 infantry from Shinsi and 2 cavalry from Shinsi and 1 infantry from Suyan attacking into Rihi. No other combat, so let's go ahead and roll that out. We've got 1 infantry at 2, 2 cavalry at 3, and a defending infantry at 4. The attack, no hits, defense, nothing, round 2. We do get a hit, and he does not, so Rihi is captured. Neat. It is going to change our Soviet buys just a little bit, but I've got the new ones memorized. In our non-combat movement phase, everything in Shinsi that can walk is moving up into Suyan, joined by a medium tank and an artillery from Qinghai. And then a medium tank and an artillery in Xinjiang are moving into Qinghai. And that will be all. We'll place our artillery in Xinjiang. We'd have to own it, the railhead since the start of the turn. And the cavalry will go in Suyan. We'll have a recruit roll hitting on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or less. That's a miss, sadly. And we'll collect 6 IPP. Alright, that leaves the CCP done. We will move things over to the Soviet Union. We'll start with the tech rolls. We'll be rolling for advanced infantry, advanced artillery, jet fighters, and strategic rockets. Mech infantry and artillery both hitting on a 7 or higher. Both miss, sadly. These two matter more. 8 or higher for jet fighters, 9 or higher for strategic rockets. All misses. Tragic. For diplomacy, we'll be rolling for Ireland, Norway, and Sweden, all hitting on a 2 or less. No hits. And for the purchases, we have 60 to spend. We'll be spending all 60 of it. We'll be spending on 1 fighter, 2 T-34s, 8 infantry, 2 militia, 1 militia upgrade, 2 airborne, and sending an artillery to the CCP for the total of 60. Yeah. And with that, we can get into the combats, of which just one big cluster. We're going to be going into Finland, despite the Germans pushing into East Poland. So we'll have 2 medium armor, a light armor, and an infantry attacking Lapland from Kola. 5 infantry attacking Viipuri from Karelia, joined by 5 motor infantry and 5 artillery from Western Russia. We'll have 1 airborne in Smolensk, boarding a strategic bomber and flying 1, 2, 3, 4. Airborne assaulting Helsinki. They're going to be joined by all of the aircraft in Leningrad except a seaplane. The air transport and the strat bomber are both picking up an airborne there in Leningrad. And the seaplane is moving out into A13 to convoy raid the Germans. Let's see. We have a medium bomber in Smolensk flying to Warsaw and strategic bombing the minor factory there. And that, I think, is it. Yeah. So with that, we can go ahead and start rolling things out. We'll start with the strategic bombing. We'll have 1d6 of bombing damage and 1d12 hitting on a 3 or less for inherent AA. That's a miss and 2 damage. That's okay. Alright. And that bomber is going to return to Smolensk. We've got a seaplane in A13 rolling at a net of +1 for the convoy rating. No damage. This was taken off during the German turn anyway. And then lastly, we have all of Finland. So we'll start in Lapland. We have 1 infantry, 1 light tank, 2 medium tanks, and 1 infantry defending. No terrain penalties, I believe. Yeah. So we'll roll all of them at once. Round 1. Hit on attack, not on defense. That is complete. And the armored units do get to blitz into southern Finland. They are going to do that. We'll roll that one now. We've got 1 light tank at 3, 2 medium tanks at 6, 1 defending infantry at 4. Round 1. We do get a hit on attack and not in defense, so that one's over as well. Next we'll roll for Viipuri province and leave best for last.
For as long as most...
Okay. We've got 5 first strikes at 3. 5 artillery. No terrain penalty, but the marshes, which only affects the motor infantry. Okay, so we've got 5 first strikes at 3. No hits. Then the rest of the attack is 5 motor infantry at 1 and 5 boosted infantry at 3. We got just 1 hit. 1 hit total. Okay, and the defending infantry at 4. No hits. Okay. And then we'll move on to round 2. Brown and red are all rolling at 3. Green are rolling at 1. 2 hits. That's enough. And then the defending infantry. 1 hit. Okay, so we'll take a loss on an infantry. Okay, so we've got that. That's still there. Okay, and then the last battle we need to roll out is for Helsinki. We've got an unsurrounded city. We've got 3 inherent AA rolls just for the city rolling against the airborne assaulting units. We've got 3 airborne rolling at 3 on round 1. 3 fighters at 6 and a tactical bomber at 7. So we'll do the round 1 attack. 1 hit, 2 hits, 2 hits. Not so bad. That's okay. And then in defense, we'll have the inherent AA. no hits. And then we'll have a, oh, that's a first strike artillery. I didn't roll the first strike artillery. It did hit. Okay, so we're gonna have. Pretty sure the first strike artillery kills a transport too. I'll look into it later whether the transport dies or not. At any rate, we do have to take one of these airborne as casualties. So we're gonna roll a d12 here to determine which of these casualties gets lost. On a result of 1 through 4, it's this die. 5, 6, 7, or 8, it's this die. 9, 10, or 11, or 12, it's this die. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's this one gone. The hit stands. Okay. And then the other two defending units are militia at 3 and infantry at 5. One hit, one more hit. That's another airborne dead. And we'll assume that he'll lose the artillery and the cavalry. Not cavalry, militia. Alright, so in round 2 we have our aircraft and one airborne. The airbornes are only at 2 now. We do get the hit, and then defense hitting on a 5 or less. Excellent. So we'll have one airborne surviving the combat. You're dead, and you're dead. Then the aircraft are going to land. The Strat Bomber from Smolensk is going to be landing in Leningrad. The rest of them are all landing in Smolensk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They all have the range. Wait, they don't have the range without LRA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Okay, so the fighters and the tactical bomber will land back in Leningrad. Okay. We've got a strategic bomber and an air transport that will land in Smolensk. Yeah. At the end of the combat, the Finns are going to align to the Germans. And we'll have our victory condition complete, so we'll increase our tech progress for advanced mech infantry and for advanced artillery. I think that covers everything in the combat phase and the aftermath. So let's move on to non-combat movement phase. Seaplane in A-14 will land back in Leningrad. 3 infantry from Kursk are moving to Belarus. 1 infantry from Smolensk to southern Belarus. 6 infantry from Kursk into eastern Ukraine. 3 infantry from the Soviet Far East and Chita railing to Kiev. 4 cavalry in Chita moving to northern Manchuria. And we'll do all of our infantry from northern Manchuria into eastern Manchuria. And 6 infantry from Chita into northern Manchuria. Yeah, okay, that's good enough. Um, looking a little thin. I was planning on having the aircraft landing here. So what we're actually going to do in the non-combat movement phase, the infantry that came from Smolensk is going to stay in Smolensk. Nah, he's not. Smolensk is still safe. I'm confident. Alright, that should be the end of our non-combat movement phase. Ah, missed one. 2 infantry in Transcaucasia moving into Iran. Now we're done with our non-combat movement phase. We can go on to place our units, collect our income. Alright, so what we'll do is artillery in Rihi. Uh, 5 infantry in Kiev. We'll do a militia and a militia upgrade in northern Iran. An airborne and an infantry in Smolensk. Um, an airborne and an infantry in Leningrad. 2 T-34s in Kursk. An infantry and a fighter in Transcaucasia. And the last militia is going to go in northern Iran. No, no, he's not. He's going to go in Kiev. All right. With that, we can collect our income. we cleared our bank there. We have a base of 56. Should be plus 5. Bringing us to 61. That shouldn't be right. What did we lose from the German turn? 1, 2. Okay, yeah, so that is right. Alright, so we'll leave things there, pass things back over to Mufui for Japan, and say best of luck on your next rolls.